Today we're going over the legendary banner for August 2025 in Fire Emblem Heroes. We'll briefly also talk about the 11 other heroes on this banner. The Engage Royals are finally getting their legendary ults, and up first is Diamant. Poor Alfred might never get an ult at this rate. Dressed as his successor class, Diamant gains access to axes. For stats from the trailer, they seem to be 40 HP, 50 attack, 37 speed, 49 defense, and 28 res, pretty much in line with his other ults going for high attack and defense with some speed. For his legendary blessing bonus, Diamant has pair up and will grant extra defense. For ult skills, Diamant has Brittle Tempest as a counter upgrade to his ninja ult. He also will have Arch Rival. Ninja Diamant was still the only unit with Boulder, and now he's jumped ship to the new special of the month. Diamant will need more cooldown, but you can get a very high attack scaling damage boost with guaranteed 40% DR for first attacks, plus guard. If he faces a blue enemy, Diamant will get -10 in cooldown and inflict +2 cooldown on the foe before he attacks. For his weapon, Diamant has the awesome looking Fragarach, fortified axe. Whoever decided to rename this thing should not be in charge of naming anything. Now, name aside, this is a funny weapon choice because A, to get Fragarach you need to invest in the horrible donation system and you must donate to Sohm, not Brodia. B, Fragarach requires S rank in axes. Diamant's successor class only has an A rank in axes, so dude is cheating. So much for a fair fight, I guess. In Fae, Fragarach is a 60 might axe. At start of either phase, if above 25% health, grant Bulwark, debuff neutralization, and the status that increases the speed roll for doubling by 10 to Diamant and allies within 2 spaces. Diamant will get accelerated specials. If the foe initiates combat or Diamant is healthy, he gains bonus stats equal to 5 plus the number of allies within 3 rows or columns times 3. If you have 3 allies in range, you get +14 to all stats. In addition, Diamant gets Breath type cooldown and heals 7 HP on hit. I guess this is the sole part of Successor. To round out the weapon, Diamant deals true damage equal to X times 5 and reduces damage equal to X times 3. If the foe triggers a special, he gains double the flat DR amount. This X value is equal to the number of positive status effects in the fight active on Diamant or the enemy. If there are 5 of those, then Diamant gets 25 true damage and 15 Excel type flat DR. Generally speaking, nothing too crazy for the in-combat effects. Diamant wants 5 statuses and he will give 3 of them to his team. Bulwark can stop mobile foes while debuff neutralization is always good. Then you have the rare speed roll status that makes it tougher to double Diamant's team. Basically, instead of needing to outspeed by 5 or more, enemies must now outspeed by 15 or more to get natural follow-ups. For his unique B skill, Diamant has Fair Fight. If a bonus is active on the foe or Diamant has higher defense, he gets Brave attacks. With no other conditions, this skill inflicts -5 to attack, speed, and defense, grants true damage and flat equal to 25% defense, and if Diamant gets hit by a Brave attack, then the second Brave hit will get reduced by double the flat DR amount. He also affects AoE specials. When initiating combat, Diamant gets -10 cooldown before his first attack. Last, like the other Diamant ults, he has the Fair Fight perks. For both Diamant and the enemy, their non-special % DR skills are neutralized. Both units get defense in a follow-up, meaning all 3 follow-up skills are neutralized. Last, Diamant increases the speed roll to make a follow-up by +20. With Fair Fight, Diamant and the enemy need 25 or more speed to double naturally. With his speed roll status, the enemy must now need 35 speed to double naturally. This also affects things like Potent. 35 minus 25 is 10, so to get the Potent follow-up, foes will need to outspeed Diamant by 10 or more. While he isn't insanely fast, Diamant might be able to stall a faster enemy if they aren't careful. In addition, his stat line is Prime Frozen material. Frozen can create drastic speed roll changes, so something to watch out for. For the rest of this skill, Diamant gets -4 instant cooldown with his weapon when you initiate against a blue foe, which means the guy will proc the Sling Arch Rival immediately. Diamant can get Brave attacks and has his 25% defense scaling, true damage, and flat DR. New effect, I believe, is that Diamant gets double the flat DR on the second Brave hit taken. So basically, first hit gets 25% defense scaling, second gets 50% defense scaling, third and fourth are also 25% if the enemy quads. I assume this won't be the last time we see this effect with the way Brave attacks are going. For his new inheritable A skill, Diamant brings D bonus amp. Thankfully very simple, this is another distinct counter skill. You can get bonus stats in combat equal to the number of positive stats effects active on the user times 2. If you have 4 statuses, you get +8 to all stats. Bonus Amp is basically the better Prime skill, except since it's a DC skill first, this one is only inheritable by melee units, and since they didn't have enough skills already, this is also inventory locked. With the amount of statuses going around and still general rarity of status removal effects, Bonus Amp could be better than D Bonus Doubler. Low effects are pretty common, but D Bonus Doubler can borrow from allies. With Brave Ichthynir and any dual mark, you can get 2 more Bonus Doubler forest statuses to stack on top, plus with Ich's +3 field buff buffing, you can surpass the +8 stat boost on Bonus Amp. Still a good skill, but definitely not a pure upgrade depending on the situation with status and buff removal. Altogether, Legendary Diamant is kinda going for the same playstyle as usual while taking his ninja ult's brave attacks. He shares some of his speed roll altering effects, plus Bulwark and debuff neutralization is nice support. With Brutal Tempest, he got 3 movement and 4 statuses to power up D Bonus Amp. While initiating, Diamant immediately triggers Arch Rival against blue foes. If they don't have Guard, Tempo, or Scowl, he can still trigger the special on his second Brave hit thanks to all his cooldown perks. Now, unless you get major speed buffs or Frozen, it will be tough for Diamant to quad foes with any kind of speed. Against the super slow tanks though, he can still quad them, and it potentially means a second Arch Rival proc. Defensively, you got an excellent Kanto ability to retreat, and Diamant abuses Arch Rival's unpierceable 40% DR to bypass his own fair fight self-DR piercing. You combo that with his 2 flat DR perks, and if the foe has brave hits, Diamant will get extra sturdy for the second hit taken since Arch Rival is also still active. Now Diamant isn't super fast at base, but he still gets bonus speed from his kit. With his speed roll changes to follow-ups, he can mess up those faster attackers. All in all, Legendary Diamant should be a fun unit, obviously still weaker to magic and is vulnerable to sweep effects. However, Diamant's got some initiation power, and Bulwark plus this encounter can set up a frontline for the team. For the rest of the video, we're going to cover the 11 other heroes on the banner. In red, we have Emblem Eirika, Fallen Male Alear, and Rearmed Noire. Blue's got Emblem Sigurd and Celica, plus Rearmed Dedue. Green has a new Legendary Diamant, Emblem Lena, and Fallen Female Alear. Last in Colorless, we got Emblem Micaiah, Mythic Laeradr, and Fallen Lena. Starting in red, Emblem Eirika offers her extremely strong Brave Attack Ring. As a unit, Eirika's a high-powered sword cav who can attack from 2 spaces away with her adaptive damage Windsword style. If the enemy doesn't bring tempo, Eirika will trigger Twin Strike on a second Brave attack. For support, Eirika offers Empathy and Breath type cooldown to pair with Insight Hone's attack and speed buffs. Blue Skies is a great Kanto 2 option with true damage and flat DR. Assault Force will neutralize debuffs with true damage and DR piercing. Next, Fallen Male Alear is a speedy sword infantry with the powerful Fell Spirit status. Allies will ignore sweep effects, and the % DR from specials that usually trigger once can now trigger twice. This Alear also inflicts Schism and neutralizes foes' field buffs for even better tanking support. For himself, he's got Miracle and Excel type flat DR to pair with Gust. Only unit with the Spinning Demon Spiked Wall for Bulwark, true damage, and no guard. Last, Osby Wave 4 can buff up the team and give no follow-up to the user. Third red unit is Rearmed Noire, red bow infantry with good offensive stats, and the Arcane Hex bow has the current standard of Slaying, Preempt Pulse, true damage, and flat DR. This bow inflicts Discord as its extra perk. To stand out, Noire's C-skill provides support for -5 debuffing, 10 true damage, and deep wounds. If Noire has Anathema, she gets 60% DR, 9 flat DR, no follow-up, and she can disable enemy specials. You can get Anathema from Attack and Speed Hex Edge, and it also has 50% DR piercing from that A slot. Noire also brings the nice Curved Shot Archer special along with Speed Taker. The blue group has the return of Emblem Sigurd, +1 movement with excellent Kanto from his ring. Sigurd is a 5-move Cavalier who charges in with Momentum to proc his Override AoE special. If Sigurd tags 2 enemies, he gets an extra action. Momentum continues to stay on Sigurd, so get it while you can. Fatal Smoke 4 is also not that common considering how many healing and miracle effects are just running rampant. For Attack and Defense Excel, you can get flat DR for initiations or when enemies trigger their specials. And Celica offers warping to foes within 5 spaces via her ring. As a unit, Celica is a glass cannon mage who relies on Desperation to trigger her Warp Ragnarok back to back. Celica can get a farther 6-space warp range, and she has pass to get around Warp Bubble. For other skills, Celica's got Resonance for DR piercing and true damage at the cost of HP. She also has Verge of Death for extra attack and speed, and Infantry No Follow for no follow-up support, plus regular warping around her team. Last up is Rearmed Dedue, who's a bulky blue Beast Army unit. Arcane Crest has the typical Slaying, Preempt Pulse, true damage, and flat DR along with debuff neutralization. If transformed, Dedue gets distant counter. From his C skill, Dedue's got a force space, near or far savior to his support partner or the highest attack ally. Dedue can also just warp around that ally from anywhere on the map. He will get the 20% DR effect and another -1 instant cooldown to pair with Sturdy Beast. Fortune makes it easier to transform, and Assault Fighter is the armor skill with a follow-up and 50% DR piercing. Green features our new Diamant, who we talked about enough. For new skills, D bonus amp is yet another distant counter option for infantry, and Arch Rival is also barely 2 weeks old. You need a lot of cooldown, but the 40% DR is always going to trigger, plus it works on brave hits. If you can get Weapon Triangle Advantage, then you can get the -2 cooldown and +2 cooldown on the enemy effects. Last, Diamant's got Brittle Tempest for the +1 movement and amazing Kanto distance. Joining Diamant is Emblem Lena. Her ring enables Astral Storm style to attack from 5 spaces away, albeit you cannot move when doing so. For Lena, her Astral Storm style is 6 spaces and can be used every turn. Lena offers Desperation and Preempt Pulse statuses, which enables herself to fire off 3 attacks thanks to her own 100% potent follow-up. Lena can also possibly trigger her special twice if not stopped. For other skills, Speed Taker adds more true damage with no guard. Tekken Speed Finish is nice for Lena's instant specials, and Panic Smoke can set up your other allies after Lena fires her Ballista Assault. Third green unit is Fallen Female Alear. Like her counterpart, she also offers the excellent Fell Spirit status, and this Alear is a green armored dragon with full tank stats. She's got Higher Ground's Far Savior to make use of Fell Spirit's perks. Alear also has brave attacks with adaptive damage against ranged foes. She's got 50% DR piercing and can get extra flat DR against specials. Fell Blast has 40% DR and then enables distant counter. For other skills, Alear is still the only unit with Deluvio boost, +5 HP, +9 attack, defense and res with 7 HP healing after combat. Alear is also the only one with Scaling Fighter, True Damage, Flat DR, Breath type cooldown, and the usual Scal effect. This one is for Dragon armors only. With Halloween coming up, we could maybe see these skills on a couple more units very soon. Last up, Colorless has the return of Emblem Micaiah, I think with her first rerun. Her ring allows allies to heal and cleanse penalties when using rally or movement assists, plus to get an extra action. It will self-inflict isolation and gravity onto range users though. For Micaiah, her healing and cleanse will not come with the drawbacks, and it's an AoE effect. At the same time, Micaiah inflicts -6 debuffs and exposure onto closest foes. When allies fight exposed enemies, they get a free follow-up and inflict another -5 stats in combat. For herself, Micaiah's got armor and cavalry effectiveness with dominant true damage that can borrow debuffs from nearby foes. Great Sacrifice is a DR piercing special with 40% DR, and Micaiah can trigger it instantly with Silence Ward's cooldown. That skill also comes with Nelsie Disrupt, and mages or healers can share those perks with nearby allies. For other skills, Micaiah's got Crystalline Water for flat stats, and that is to trigger attack and res Havocs, Sabotage, and Schism debuffing. Next up, Mythic Laeradr is back. This armored beast inflicts an annoying array of debuffs including Panic, Sabotage, Discord, and then Assign Decoy plus Flash onto certain foes. Laeradr basically forces low defense enemies to use Savior, which obviously isn't ideal. Now for his own combat, Laeradr's got -6 cooldown before getting hit, which will charge Armored Flow for its 40% DR effect. He's got Excel type flat DR, True Damage, and DR piercing specials. He'll transform easier with Fortune, and Barricade's got Warp Bubble plus more defense res buffs for the team. Laeradr does not have a Savior skill by default if that's something you want. Last unit for today is Fallen Lena. A high attack and res healer, Lena's got a one-time miracle effect plus full heal for an ally within 3 spaces. She also provides bonus doubler, attack and res buffing, and debuff neutralization. Lena has magic shield and postal ploy for extra supports, but otherwise she's kinda out for blood. She can pre-charge Holy Pressure, Resonance has DR piercing plus true damage, and then Tidings is a healer A skill that gives Dazzling Staff. Her weapon has Wrathful Staff, so definitely do not underestimate this healer's potential damage output. Very nice unit, even if you don't want to use her, since Lena's got 5 amazing skills for mage and healer builds. That'll be it for this month's Legendary Banner. Diamant should be a fun unit, but he's not really introducing anything super new. Basically just a modern update to go with his unique Fair Fight perks, and then a lot of cooldown to try and proc Arch Rival. With how things are going with Potent, maybe we could see more speed roll altering effects. Diamant is the exact type of unit that could abuse Frozen, but that's still not an easy status to get a hold of. While I would love to get Diamant myself, I don't know if I'm fully done with the CYO banner yet. I am kinda back in orb conservation mode for now, so definitely gonna wait to see what the September seasonal banner has for us first. Now that Choose Your Legends is over, I also have to worry about a new Sacred Stones New Heroes banner. That possibility during the holiday season is gonna be rough on my old orb stash. Let me know your thoughts and good luck with your own summons. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.